It was a balmy morning in Pattaya, Thailand, when the soft cry of baby Minthirat Toborowski echoed through the delivery room. The moment David held his daughter in his arms, the world stood still. Beside him, Annie Suwan, exhausted but glowing, rested her head back on the pillow and whispered, "She's perfect." The room was a blend of cultures, Thai nurses in pink uniforms bustling efficiently, while David, clad in a hospital gown that barely fit, dabbed at his misty eyes. The journey that had brought them here was filled with love, heartbreak, countless visa interviews, international drama, and now, complete joy. Minthirat, a name chosen carefully by Annie, meant precious gemstone of the kingdom, symbolizing the couple's deep roots in Thailand and their desire to raise their daughter with pride in her heritage. But for David, there was one more goal to achieve, giving his daughter the freedom to walk the world with the security he had always dreamed of, American citizenship. David had never forgotten the stress of Annie's first visa process. The grueling interviews, the probing questions about their age gap and intentions, the judgment they faced from people on both sides of the ocean. "We're not doing that again," he told Annie one evening over dinner as Minthirat slept nearby in her bassinet. "Our daughter deserves to be born free, not waiting for permission from governments to call her parents home, home." Annie agreed. The United States, despite its chaos and politics, was still the land of opportunity. But they wanted their daughter to have the best of both worlds, the warmth of Thai family culture and the opportunities of American education and safety. So, they filed the paperwork while Annie was still pregnant. "Do you have the DS 2029, asked the U.S. consular officer, peering over thick-rimmed glasses at the documents David had painstakingly arranged in color-coded folders. "Yes," David said, handing it over. "And here's proof of our marriage, my U.S. citizenship, and Annie's Thai passport." Minthirat, only 2 weeks old, slept through the entire consulate visit in a white lacy dress that Annie had custom-made by a local tailor. The officer smiled. "Looks like everything's in order. Once this is approved, your daughter will be issued a consular report of birth abroad and a U.S. passport." It felt surreal, almost too easy. David, whose face had become familiar to 90-Day Fiancé viewers around the world, knew how rare that feeling was. For years, fans had laughed, cried, and debated David and Annie's relationship. Critics called their love unlikely, especially given the age difference and cultural gap. But those critics weren't around at 3 a.m. feedings, or when David knelt down beside Annie's mother to ask permission to name their child after Annie's late grandfather. They weren't there when David donated half of his cameo earnings to help build a school in Annie's hometown. They didn't see how hard Annie worked too.